Public Relations, Dennis Winkler. Dennis is a professionally accredited and 40-year veteran, retired from Shell Oil Company, and has vast experience in media and crisis communication training, and has moderated countless community panels of all different types, and so no stranger, a highly respected professional that we are truly privileged to call friend, chamber member, and thank you for your yes to be our moderator for this evening. So please help me welcome Dennis as he gives you all the ground rules for our candidates and for our audience.
Christina got my attention when she talked about 43 candidates. I was wondering where we're going to put them all. That's April. Thank you. Let me go ahead and call up the candidates for mayor. Have you all come up to the stage. Ornaldo Ybarra, David Gonzalez, Rex Lindberg, and Thomas Schoenbein. I've had the privilege to work in this community since 1983 and be one of the Chamber's 600 members, many small, some large businesses that help create 130,000 jobs in our community, contributing nearly $70 million in business taxes and fees, which represents about or more than half of the Pasadena tax and fee budget. Our questions this evening will ask about support for pro-business policies, including improving permitting to move projects along expediently. Our questions will touch on engaging residents and business leaders in policy decisions through boards, committees, and public forums. There will be other questions about improving infrastructure, workforce, healthcare, and quality of life, all important elements for an economy that attracts, retains, and expands business and industry, as well as develops an accessible and qualified workforce within our city to fill the jobs created by our members. One of the other roles I have tonight is to share with you ground rules. As I watch everybody sitting over there anxiously waiting for me to finish. Each candidate will have 2 minutes for an opening introduction. They will do the opening introduction from their seats. They will have 2 minutes to answer questions. We will also do that from the comfort of their seats. We will invite them up to the podium to deliver closing statements. We want to make them uncomfortable to address you at the end of the night, so we'll do that for them. The responses will be in an alternating order. We want to give everybody the chance to go first. We want to give everybody the chance to go last, so we're going to have it as equal as we can here. We selected specific questions that we will ask candidates related to their skills and background, and answer maybe from the candidate survey that they submitted, or something that is a priority identified by our chamber. Candidates have seen questions in advance. Well, not all of them, but they've seen just about all of them. As a moderator, I might follow up on questions for clarity or to seek additional information. Let me tell you, this is not a debate. Those of y'all who have watched presidential debates, I'm sorry you'll be disappointed with this one tonight. This is a presentation to you, to the residents who are going to vote on May 3rd or during early voting. So we have asked the candidates not to deliver counterpoints, not to interrupt one another, or address questions to one another, even rhetorical questions. As the moderator, I have the responsibility to ensure the candidates maintain the proper decorum and avoid disparaging comments about other candidates or other public officials. I'll politely remind candidates of the ground rules if needed. But in advance, I thank them. I know they will cooperate. I also look to the audience. We encourage the audience for quiet, respectful applause. All right, as we have had earlier. Loud cheers, hoot and hollers, or call-outs will not be permitted. We are recording the event this evening. We have people online, and we'll have this online as well.
For those of you who do not know me, my name is Ornaldo Ybarra. I have lived my entire life in the city of Pasadena. I am only 46 years of age, but the whole time I've been in Pasadena, the only time that I left was when I went to serve my country in the United States Marine Corps. So I was gone for 4 years. I've served as a city council member for 14 years, representing 2 different districts in the city of Pasadena. I am running for mayor of Pasadena because I love Pasadena, just like everybody up here does. Elections are about our future. and where we as a city want to go. Do we want to remain stagnant, or do we want to take the city to the next level? I don't know what other candidates are going to say up here, but I can tell you one thing. We have a great city, but we have a lot of problems, and the city is broken, and I can fix it for you. In Pasadena, under Mayor Ybarra, will hire 50 additional police officers to keep your family safe. We will make significant improvements to Strawberry and Crenshaw Park, enhance our playground equipment, our soccer fields, our baseball fields. When somebody goes to one of our parks and they go back to their city, they're going to say, wow, those parks are good in Pasadena. If you go to our parks, we got some work to do there. I will add more street lights to make sure that our city has some light. How many of you drive around and you see that our city is dark? We need to synchronize our traffic lights so we can improve mobility within our city. And finally, I want to open a Office of Opportunity and Resiliency to address our permitting issue, our planning issues, and enhance redevelopment and development in the city. That's just a few details of what I want to do as your mayor. But please go to ybarraformayor.com and you will see a detailed plan. And the only plan that any candidate has done is called the Pasadena Tomorrow Plan. It is a detailed plan of what I want to do as your next mayor.
Good evening, fellow residents of Pasadena. I'm David Gonzalez, and I'm running to be your next mayor because I believe in our city potential. For 40 years, since August 84, I've called Pasadena home, watching my family grow right here in the community. As a father of 5 wonderful children, 4 boys and 1 daughter, grandfather to 14, and great-grandfather to 2 lovely little ones. I understand what matters to our family. Our city faces real challenges that need immediate attention. Our crime rate is 47.95 above national average. That's unacceptable. As the mayor, safety will be my top priority. We will work to strengthen our police force and implement community-based programs to make our neighborhood safer. I have a clear vision for Pasadena future, focusing on 3 critical areas. First, infrastructure and drainage. Second, economic growth. I'll partner with businesses to create jobs that offer livable wages, keeping our talented workforce right here in Pasadena. Our economic development corporation has laid the groundwork. Now we need to take it a little bit further. Third, community beautification. Pasadena isn't just where we live, it's our home. I'm committed to enhancing our parks, maintaining our streets, and creating spaces we all can be proud of. With 68 years of life experience and deep roots in the community, understand both our challenges and our potential. I'm asking for your vote to make Pasadena safer, stronger, and more affordable to all our families. Thank you, and God bless Pasadena.
Mr. Lindberg?
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Chamber, for putting this event on, and thank you, Senate College for hosting. Of course, I'm Rex Lindberg, and I'm running for mayor. I was born right here in the city of Pasadena. Spent all my life here. I married my high school sweetheart, Pam. She's out in the audience today. We've been married for over 42 years. We have an amazing daughter, Lori. I believe Lori's here also. We were married in Pasadena's First Baptist Church 42 years ago, and we've been active members ever since. My vision for Pasadena is simple: to continue forward together. Because quite frankly, the city of Pasadena is on the best path that it's ever been on. And I'm not just saying that because I'm part of the current administration. All you have to do is look around. The city is so much cleaner. It has a good feel. It has a good vibe. When you look around, it makes you proud to be from the city of Pasadena. Pasadena is a city on the move. Massive infrastructure and road projects going on all over our city. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what continuing forward together looks like. That's what it feels like. It's a common sense approach to success. No politics, no personal agendas, quite simply just doing what's right for the city of Pasadena. I'm running for mayor first and foremost because I love the city of Pasadena, and I truly believe in my heart that I'm the most qualified candidate to run for mayor, and I'm going to tell you why. I've had 8 years of on-the-job training. This is more of an advantage than anyone who's ever seeked this office has ever had. I want you guys to remember that as important as our city council members, Positions are, and they are very important. Here in the city of Pasadena, they're part-time positions. The position that I have is the third highest position in the city of Pasadena. It's not part-time, it's more than full-time. It's 24/7, 365. I don't care if you're on vacation. I don't care if you're at a funeral. You have to pick up your phone. You keep your phone by your bed and you're always ready. I'm fire tested, I'm Rex Lindberg, and I'm running for mayor.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank the Chamber for hosting this evening. Also, too, want to recognize the other candidates that are here this evening as well. My name is Thomas Schoenbein. I've been married for 40 years to my lovely wife, Bonnie. We have 2 children and we have 3 grandchildren. I grew up in this town. I've lived here for over 50 years. I've served on city council for the last 8 years, and I have been a full-time city councilman. I have responded to disasters that we've had over the last 8 years. I have a strong business background. I have a strong industry background. I worked at Phillips Chemical Company for 12 years. I worked for a major retailer here in the city of Houston for 20 years as a director. I have made payrolls. I have done many projects with the store openings and relocations of stores. I have worked with our employee benefits, and I have worked with our industrial partners. I have unique experience that I am the only candidate on the stage that has within our region. Our region is surrounded by the industrial district of the Houston Ship Channel, Bayport. We also have the district down along the Galveston Bay area. We are a unique community. And what I bring to the position of mayor is the leadership qualities of a well-rounded candidate that understands industry, that understands business, that wants to welcome businesses to Pasadena. I believe that our city needs to be cleaned up. We need to recognize our seniors. That's why I would like to build a new senior citizen facility that will accommodate more seniors, because they're the ones that make Pasadena great. My plan is Pasadena first, community through opportunity.
Let's give them a round of applause. Not just excellent answers, they all stay on time. And thank you guys, appreciate that. Next question. What are your top priorities for the first 100 days of election? Also, can you cite some city policies or initiatives that you might change, continue, or add? And we'll start this round with Mr. Gonzalez.
Okay. Let's see. First, it would be streets and infrastructure. Work with Harris County Toll Road Authority to complete repairs on service road streets of the Bellway 8, including left turns and right turns need to be addressed. Lower crime rates and protect our neighborhoods for a better community. Improve public relations and enhance police training. Address housing concerns. Collaborate with grid companies to meet our growing population needs.
Mr. Lindberg?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do on day one. I'm going to ask everybody, including myself, to go around and clean up all these political signs. Have you guys ever seen so many signs in your life? I was thinking about that. It's not necessarily a bad thing, because it just shows the interest that everybody has in wanting to be part of Pasadena and wanting to give back to our community. Actually, immediately I'm going to sit down with all 28 directors and heads of the departments and meet with them individually, share my vision for the city of Pasadena, and I want to get their input on what their vision is and make sure we're pointing on the road in the same direction. That's the way you get things done in Pasadena. One of the largest complaints that we have here in Pasadena, and we hear a little bit, is the stringency of some of our ordinances and our city ordinances. So we're looking now, we've been looking at these for a little while, we're looking at them now, we're going to look at them in the future to try to help them to be a little bit more business friendly. But I want everybody to remember that these ordinances have helped to clean up the city and helped to get it to where it's as beautiful as it is today. So we're going to continue to work with the people on that, try to find some common ground. But again, it's responsibility not just of the cities, but of the business owners who want to come here and give back to our community. I want to put a little kibosh on a little something that's kind of going around about our permitting department. Everybody says the permitting department is terrible in Pasadena. No, the permitting department is just outdated. But you can get things done if you'll follow the proper process, and we've done a lot of that. I also believe that with the hiring of our new city controller, Lindsay, and I'd probably mess up her name if I said her last name, Koskanini, she is fully on board with implementing the software program that we have, and I don't care which mayor you elect. This process is going to happen. It has nothing to do with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I would like to address a couple of issues from the very start. Number one, it's not my plan for the city. Number two, it's our citizens' plan for the city. And over the last 8 years, I've heard many citizens reach out and want to improve our permitting process. This administration has had 8 years to fix and welcome businesses to our community. We have struggled on that. We have walked businesses, ladies and gentlemen. We need to be open for business. You look around our city right now, we have empty buildings all through our city. It doesn't matter what part of town you are. Our processes are so stringent, they're very outdated. Our city ordinances are 20, 30, 40 years old. We are landlocked. We have to be aggressive, and we have to attack the problem. Yes, we do have a new city controller that reports to the city council. We implemented a program that me and several other council members and former council members that are in the audience tonight 4 years ago. We invested $3 million in pilot technology. Where is it today? We're still probably a year out before we even get it up and going. We spent $3 million, we reinvested another $1 million into it, so we're $4 million into a project that should have streamlined the project for all of our businesses and residents. We're $1 million over budget right now. You know, we've had 8 years of this administration. It's time for a change. It's time for someone that has the business knowledge to work with people to get something as simple done as getting a home generator installed that shouldn't take 6 months.
Well, it's pretty simple. We had 8 years, but if we got a council that did checks and balances for the mayor, we would have got this done a long time ago. So everybody complains this didn't get done, but what was the city council at? We're supposed to do the checks and balances. But let me go back to this. The first 100 days, we're going to create some excitement. I'll tell you this, we are going to hit the ground running. What I mean by that is we are going to bring our own version of Doge. What I mean by that is it's not going to be as chaotic as what you see in Washington, but we are going to thoroughly review all our city finances, staffing, and operations. We are going to make cuts where there's waste and redundancy in city operations. I have been around long enough to tell you there's a lot of waste and fraud in Pasadena. I can tell you right now that we could easily cut $5 to $10 million in our budget annually, and the city will still run efficiently. That money will go back to improve your streets, your sidewalks, your water lines, your sewer lines, and take care of our city employees who are the backbone of the city. I will create an onboarding system for our city council. When city council gets elected, they go in there the first Tuesday of July, and they know nothing. And throughout the years, they don't know how to read a budget. They don't know which department is over which department, how to address an issue. We need to have a smarter city council. I want a city council that challenges me to take this city to the next level. I don't want a rubber stamp city council. I want people that are talented, that want to take this city and make it a community of choice. Every director and every manager in the city, I am going to hire the best and the brightest, not based on political considerations, but who can turn the city around. I will set expectations, and I will hold our city employees accountable. I will address public safety. 50 new officers. I want to expand our real-time crime center, so when a crime occurs in Pasadena, we will have drones, cameras, and every officer available, not only to catch the bad guys, but put them in jail.
I would change the pace a little bit, with
next question. As a chamber, we focus on delivering our vision through value or benefit statements. We might call it an elevator pitch. So, if a CEO or if a family were considering relocating to Pasadena, would you give us your 60-second pitch, your elevator pitch, to get them here? Mr. Lindberg, listen.
Yes, now, just remember, before we get started, we still have 2 minutes for this 60-second response, right? The overall crime is down in Pasadena 9% over the last 6 years. Pasadena is also home to the largest ISO 1 volunteer fire department in the country, with response times that are second to none. This ISO 1 rating is important because it keeps your homeowner's insurance rates down. In addition to that, we have one of the greatest educational systems in the state. Our relationships are very strong with our school districts and our college system. Our career and technical high school also offers many technical opportunities that you won't find in other cities. Pasadena is home to San Jacinto College, one of the highest rated community colleges in the country, offering 2-year and now 4-year degree plans. San Jacinto College also offers the Promise program, which is a program that offers an opportunity to have your education paid for. San Jac also offers financial aid, online classes, job and intern opportunities. Taxes in Pasadena are the 3rd lowest in the region. They've dropped by 10 cents over the last 8 years. Think about that, with everything we've been through. We offer high-quality city services with twice-a-week garbage pickup and unlimited heavy trash pickup. We offer amazing sidewalk replacement program and continued improvements to infrastructure. All major entry roads into Pasadena, including Ritchie Street, Pasadena Boulevard, Preston, South Shaver, and Red Bluff. And as your mayor, I will continue to make sure that these things move in the right direction.
Mr. Schoenbein?
My 60-second response to Pasadena is home. Pasadena is community. Pasadena is family. We are a world-class city that is a bedroom community to the 4th largest city in the nation. We have an industrial district that is second to none. It's an economic driver to the whole nation. If the Port of Houston was shut down, half of the gross income coming into the nation would cease and stop. We have an economic engine here in Pasadena that allows people to come here, have good quality jobs, and there are citizens that transfer or move to our city will feel loved by the citizens of Pasadena. We do have the finest police department in the nation. I truly believe that. And I appreciate the Pasadena Police Officers Union for endorsing me and showing their support of me. Business owners want to give back to our community. We want them to give back to our community. We want to have internship programs that will work with our ISDs. Again, we have Plitter Creek, Deer Park, and PISD. We have the Texas Chiropractic College. We have San Jac. We have multiple faith-based institutions and schools here in our community. We are a very diverse community, and you don't find that in a lot of areas of this nation. We live together, we work together, and we play together, but the most important thing, I will lead our city to succeed together.
Thank you. Mr. Ybarra?
I love Pasadena, but I'm going to be very honest with you, and I've had this as I've been campaigning. Go and talk to people. And the first thing they tell you when they make it and they become middle class is they say that they want to move outside the city. That they want their kids to go to Clear Creek ISD or Pearland ISD or Friendswood ISD, or they want to move to a different city. I've stayed in the city because I want to make a difference. But we're not going to make a difference unless we're honest. This city has a lot of potential, but we throw it away. And I've seen it time and time again. If somebody was interested in moving to Pasadena or a business, this is what I would tell them. We are the city of the future. We are going to be a technology-driven city that whenever you see a pothole, you're going to be able to take a picture, report it, you'll get a tracking number, and you'll be able to keep status on it as far as where it's at in the future. Right now, you have to call a council member, you called Mayor's Action Line, which I call the inaction line, and you're lucky if you get any response. And that's not the way the government should work. But my pitch would be simple. We have the best residents in the state of Texas. And we have the best city employees. Our location is the best. We're 10 to 15 minutes from the port, from downtown Houston, Baybrook area. The location is what's going to make Pasadena the future. We also got to invest in our kids. And we have 3 school districts in Pasadena. And we have St. Jack here, which is locally recognized. Go Ravens. And also we have the University of Houston, which is located down there. So the potential and the opportunity to educate your children are here. That's why I stayed in Pasadena. That's why I want to see Pasadena change for the better.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Pasadena has a workforce to big companies, a minute halfway, and we're ready to tackle it head on. If they need to come into Pasadena, we can work it halfway, and we won't let us, the taxpayers, take the burden of providing everything. We let the people decide what comes in and what's not, and what's safe, where everybody can approve what's going to happen to Pasadena and the taxpayer. If somebody wants to come into the neighborhoods, moving to Pasadena, we're going to tell them we have the foods, groceries, healthcare, and easy access to major roadways in Pasadena, Texas. Pasadena, Texas has a workforce available, and all you have to pay is billable wages.
Thank you. Okay, so I think, Rex, we're back to you. The next question, is that correct? Tom, okay, I'm sorry, thank you. I'm not touching my nose here. I wanted to say first, I think this may be a question that was not on the list, so I'll be happy to read the question to you, and if anybody has a question, please be free to ask me that. As I mentioned in the monologue earlier, business and industry are major economic drivers, and for a large part fund the city government. How will you actively, as the government, partner with the Pasadena Chamber and its members to ensure that business interests are represented when designing your policy or ordinances?
Great question. That leads into what I've been saying pretty much all this evening, is we need to have partnerships that make our businesses stronger. We do not need to appoint people to boards or commissions that are political appointments. We need to utilize business owners that have experience, knowledge, and expertise that can challenge us to move forward. If the permitting process is broken, let's dig into it, let's find the root cause, let's eliminate the root cause, and guess what? Our citizens' lives are better. Let's partner with individuals that want to partner with us that have been excluded over the last 8 years. We need to have a process where citizens can go online and fill out an application to apply for certain committees or commissions, or just volunteer and say, I want to help start a beautification committee. You know, that would go a long way in cleaning up our city. We need to empty out a lot of the empty lots that are overgrown, curbs that are broken, different things, deserted buildings. We can get folks that have the expertise to help out our city employees. So we need to capitalize on their knowledge, their vision, because they're business owners. They're not going to come up with something that's not going to work. They want to be efficient. We want to get from point A to point B. Let's let those folks help us drive the car to get it fixed.
I will, absolutely. Okay. Business and industry are major economic drivers, and for the large part, fund the city. How will you actively partner with the Pasadena Chamber and its business members to ensure that business interests are represented when designing policy or ordinances?
So it was brought up about political appointees on board. We had a vote about a month ago, and we had an opportunity to send a message about political appointees on board. Guess what? 3 council members voted against it, and one of them is standing up there. So we talk about political appointees. You got to talk the talk. If you're going to talk the talk, you have to walk the walk. And I voted against that political appointee about a month ago. Second is we got an email from the Chamber of Commerce probably about 3 or 4 months ago. And something really hit me that I actually reached out. Is we awarded almost $100 million to local companies to do work in Pasadena. That's your taxpayer money. You know that only out of that $100 million worth of work of your taxpayer money, only about 2 to 3 million, I could be off a million, went to actually companies that are actually in Pasadena and paying Pasadena taxes and employ Pasadena people. The system is broken. Second thing is, one of the things that I want to do in work with the Chamber of Commerce, I want to make sure that the city hires Pasadena people first. We're going to do it, but I want to make sure that if your son or your daughter applies for a job, they have an opportunity to get a job at City Hall. What happens now? Most of the time, you have to know somebody, or you have to be family. But we have so much talent that we need to hire. But one of the things that I'm really excited about is something that it's in my Pasadena plan that I really want to cover. It is the Office of Opportunity and Resiliency and Opportunity. This is an office that would address all our development, redevelopment, our planning, our permitting process. We're going to take an area of the city of Pasadena, and we're going to give this particular committee autonomy to address, like North Pasadena by the mall, where they can have the leeway to be able to make decisions legally, economically, administratively, to loosen some of those codes that are better.
The bell will stop you on that, but I will remind everybody we will have an opportunity at the end of this if you want to dive in deeper on that discussion. Mr. Gonzalez?
The professional experience, I served as a professional bus operator for Metro for 22 years and as a professional over-the-road trucker driver for 10 years. These roles allowed me to meet people from all walks of life. Through those experiences, I've learned to communicate effectively and understand the importance of listening to people concerned. And we don't listen to the people, they're the voters. They can vote you in or vote you out. The thing is that the people need to come out and here get more involved in the process of what goes on around in Pasadena. And if we don't wake up and move ourselves to listen and not let leave a few to run things the way they've been running, I'm the only one here that don't have experience tied to the city council of anywhere, and I will have money received from Pasadena for any services, which I can be proud that I stand here today with no ties to Pasadena City Council, and I'm here there's about close to 30 years experience of my opponent. That's it.
Mr. Lindberg?
Well, first off, let me just say this. Excuse me. There are no political appointees here in Pasadena. We do everything above board here in Pasadena, and we always have. We have a great system of appointing people to boards and stuff that's worked for many, many years. Now, does it need to be tweaked? Absolutely. And we're looking into that. We want to thank the Chamber for doing that. As far as getting businesses to work in our cities and do things in our city, we continue to work with the Pasadena Loves Local program, with the Pasadena EDC and the Pasadena Chamber of Commerce. And I think that's worked well. It got us through the pandemic when people were continuing to purchase goods and services right here in Pasadena. It fueled our economy and kept us moving forward. Councilman Ybarra bringing up some of the stuff about the mall. We've been in continuing negotiations with the mall. Quite frankly, that's the only box that this administration has not been able to check as far as getting things done in the city of Pasadena, what was on our agenda when we first started, to do what's best for the city of Pasadena. We are still talking with them. I actually spoke with John Quinlan probably a month ago, so those negotiations have not stalled, and hopefully we'll be able to get something done moving forward. I just want to assure everybody that the city of Pasadena is open for business. We're going to continue to listen to the complaints and the concerns of the people in Pasadena. And my door will always be open. You can come up there and talk to me. People will tell you this about me. Communication is first with me. Relationships are the way they are because you let them get that way. Don't let them get that way. Come up there if you have a voice, if you have a grievance, if you have something that you'd like to voice to the mayor's office. I'm always open. I'll be there. I'll be there for you no matter what.
Okay, then I am going to take account and say that we have 4 people who have said that they are indeed going to work with Pasadena Chamber and Pasadena businesses to move the city forward. So thank you for that. All right, so I can skip over the follow-up question. Since everybody said agreed, I was going to ask. If you didn't, let's give us a reason why. But let me ask a longer question, and this one is going to start off with Mr. Ybarra. And some of you have already alluded to it already, but the Pasadena Chamber recently provided public comments and a formal request for the city of Pasadena to implement an online process for individuals interested in being appointed to city-managed boards, committees, and commissions. This is a practice that the state of Texas has implemented, and many of the cities around Harris County have also implemented that. The Chamber, as all 4 of you know well, has developed through the Impact Pasadena a growing base of qualified individuals and leaders, and we're hoping that that you will say you are indeed willing to look at this process of having a formal process where people can say, yes, fill out a form, I would like to be involved in committees, boards, and commissions. Give us your position on that. I could do a show of hands. Let me do that first. Would everybody be in favor of that? Yes, having a more formal commission. Okay, so we do have the yeses. I think that would please at least one of my board members. Now, the second part of that is, can you tell me a little bit how you will do that? How will you engage in more volunteers and stuff?
Look, every other city, you can Google them, City of Lee City, Pearland, Freddywood, Sugarland, you name it. They all have, anytime there's a vacancy in any board, you can go up there, you submit an application. There's a committee that usually screens the application, and then it comes before the council. And some cities even take it a little bit further, and they actually have workshops where the council will get together, they will go over the nominations, and they will select the best qualified individual based on their experience, their education, and the profession to sit on these boards. As I said before, I'm open to it. My main thing is I want the best people to sit on these boards based on their education, experience, and whatever job experience, their background. I don't want a rubber stamp board for the EDC or for a crime control or any city board. I want the best and the brightest. I want them to challenge me and tell me, hey, Mayor, what if we did this a little bit different? What about this? What happens now is you take something, and no disrespect to anybody that's on a board, but they take something to a board and they rubber stamp it. That's not the way you move the city forward. And so I want the best, I'll select the best, but I'll also work with the council. And I will tell you this to all the council members that are here, under Mayor Ybarra, I will tell you, give me a nomination or two for somebody that you want to sit on the board. I'm not a king. I will give you a nomination. If that person is qualified and deserves to sit on the board, I will approve it. Now, we don't have a system where a council member doesn't even select anybody to sit on the board. They get selected for whatever reasons they get selected, and the council has the ability to vote it down, but often they get voted in. And so,
Gonzalez?
I have a hard time hearing, so I'll try to say what I hear. My hearing aid got damaged and they haven't been returned to me yet. So I understand that it was about an online service.
The chamber has asked that when board and commissions have vacancies, that we allow our residents to sign up for those boards so that we have a larger pool of applicants from which we can choose to be board members or commission members.
To be community members or board members?
Yes, to serve on boards, to serve on commissions for the city.
For like economic board?
Exactly, economic development board would be one perfect example, yes.
Okay. point is the people of Pasadena needs to be out there so we can decide who is a good candidate for this position, not just because it's them here and there, and it's a cronies buying here and there and working, scratching my back and I scratch here. We need to get qualified and certified people to be in there to work for the people of Pasadena and take them forward to where they need to go.
Okay, thank you.
First off, I want everybody to understand the city of Pasadena is a lot different from some of the other cities around here, and that we have a strong mayoral form of government where the mayor is the CEO and kind of is in charge of everything. I think that's why the city has been run so well. So many times you have so many things that need to be addressed, and if you have too many, part of the problem, too many cooks in the kitchen, it's hard to ever get the meal completed. Because a lot of these things evolve over time and questions arise, and we need to work through some of these roadblocks and these things to present the best thing that we can for council. Now, Thomas did address this a little bit earlier. The new software program, and it was actually $5.5 million, and we're $7 million into the process. So, former Councilman Phil Caton had got this thing started back in the day. Now, here's the thing: in a strong mayoral form of government, the mayor's the CEO. They're over everybody except for the city controller. The council is over the city controller. So, when we needed to get that stuff implemented, and I'll give it to Councilman Schoenbein, he gave it a 2-week effort. He got out there and gave it a 2-week effort and really tried to push this thing forward, had the ball rolling, but then all of a sudden it stopped. I just truly believe that if council would have put pressure on the older city controllers that we had, this process would have already been implemented. This thing that you're talking about, Dennis, with the chamber wanting to move this point, it's a necessary evil in Pasadena. I think it's a good thing because our pool of people is diminishing. Everybody's getting older. There's some people that just don't want to be part of Pasadena. The chambers also recommended that we might look outside whether you have to live in the city of Pasadena or not. And I think that could be good for a couple of boards. The problem is you need to make sure that some of these other boards don't have some bylaws that restrict that.
Thank you.
As a world-class city, we should have world-class applicants. The Chamber has done a fantastic job with their Impact Pasadena group. They're underutilized. We need to value these folks. They've taken the time to invest. They basically said, we're here, take us. We want to give back. And they're not being utilized. As far as our system implementation of our software, that has been a 4-year ordeal. In our form of government, we do have a strong mayor form of government. There's X number of directors that have to get on board with the project. It's not just the council members over the city controller. There's multiple directors that have to get on board. So as we move forward and these systems come online, we do need to utilize people on commissions. And we need to have the technology in our website, our city website, to take applications. Our website is antiquated. When's the last time you looked at our city website? Is it very user-friendly? So that's a deterrent to a lot of folks that want to get online, want to get great customer service, pay their water bills or do whatever they want to do, research a name and a phone number. The names and the phone number on our website aren't even updated. These folks have retired or moved on. We need a first-class website, we need first-class committees, and we need a first-class administration. And with my business background and expertise, I can assure you that's what we'll have.
Thank you. I am taking a second here to say, gentlemen, this has been terrific. Your answers have been complete and robust. I hope the audience has appreciated that. Audience has appreciated the answers. There's good news and bad news to that. They were so good that we're not going to ask one question because
because it's time now to get to the most important thing that everybody is here for, and that is your closing comments. So just as a reminder, you'll have 3 minutes. You will get a 1 minute notice. No, you're still going to do the 10-second and 30-second and 10-second sign. Okay, so you'll know when you get 2.5 minutes plus in, you're going to get a sign, and we'll keep on schedule. So I guess the way I'll tee this up for you is, I would like you, as you go to the podium, look at the audience, engage business people and residents. You're going to vote. Early voting on May 3rd, and I want you to tell them why you are the best candidate to be our mayor. And we will start this one off with Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you all for being here today. I'm David Gonzalez, and I want to speak directly about the changes Pasadena desperately needs. Let's talk about facts. Pasadena has one of the highest poverty rates in our region at 18%. Yet our city leadership maintains excessive salaries while many of our residents struggle. As mayor, I will champion the charter amendment to eliminate payment for mayor and for city council positions. This isn't about politics, it's about public service. Our city is a critical turning point. We've seen some progress with recent infrastructure projects like Pasadena Boulevard renovation and the 2025 sewer realignment project. We need to think bigger. These are band-aid solutions. We need is comprehensive reform. Overhaul our city-wide drainage system to prevent flooding, starting with the most vulnerable neighborhoods identified in the 24 Environmental Service Assessment. Create a transparent timeline for infrastructure projects with regular community updates. Improve traffic flow with dedicated left and right turn lanes. Upgrade Highway 225 to meet our growing needs. Overhaul our city drainage systems to prevent flooding. Reform police pursuit policies to prioritize public safety following the 1981 Supreme Court ruling that public safety takes precedence over apprehending suspects. Protect First Amendment rights at city council meetings. No more arrests for speaking your mind. Keep Pasadena resources within Pasadena. We need to be smart about economic development. While Pasadena Economic Development Corporation has launched new initiatives in 25, we need to ensure this benefit reach all of our citizens, not just a selected few. I am committed to addressing our environmental challenges head on. I stand firmly against double taxation through toll roads authority, Harris County Toll Road Authority. Massive profits comes directly from our pocket, even though we're already paying taxes for road maintenance. What sets me apart, I'm not a career politician. I have no ties to current city council or special interest. I'm a regular American, just like you, fighting for genuine change. I don't have a political agenda or friends to pacify, and the only commitment is to the people of Pasadena. The choice is clear: continue with business as usual, or elect someone who will fight for real change. I am David Gonzalez, and I humbly ask for your vote to serve as your next mayor.
Well, in closing, let me just say that thank you to everybody who's here tonight. And once again, I'm Rex Lindberg, and I'm running for mayor of the great city of Pasadena, Texas. I'm running because I love Pasadena. I'm running because I love serving. I'm running because I'm prepared to lead, and I'm running because I'm the most qualified candidate in this race. I'm running on experience. I've seen it all, I've done it all, and I've been through it all. I have a vision that doesn't just get us 4 to 8 years down the road. My vision will get us 30 to 50 years down the road. We will continue to work on roads, sidewalks, flood mitigation, and enhancing and upgrading wastewater treatment plants. We will continue to build new parks and restore our existing parks. Our new convention center expansion will serve as an economic driver in the city of Pasadena, not only creating many new jobs, but will encourage people to come stay in Pasadena, stay in our hotels, eat at our restaurants, shop at our stores, all the while increasing sales tax revenue that drives our city. Public safety will always remain job one in Pasadena as we continue to complete our 2 new fire stations that are under construction at this time, Fire Station number 6 and Fire Station number 7, and provide our firefighters with the best of the best to keep them safe. We've built a new police training academy, a new SimTac building, and the construction of the new police annex is happening as we speak. There have been expansive growth in our police department. Our department is the highest paid police department in the region. We're continuing to add more police officers, but with that, it's going to create some opportunities for some supervisory positions. And we currently have 2 assistant chiefs. I believe we need to get back to our 3rd assistant chief, because when you have 300 officers, you need to divide this up. 100 for each assistant chief. The city runs more efficiently that way. The police department will run more efficiently that way. Our PSOs are finally fully staffed, our public service officers, and that's a great thing. It hadn't been like that in a long time. But I think we need to include about 5 more new positions for that, because we've got to have people to fill in for vacations, sick time, and things of that nature. I'm hoping to earn your vote. I just want to talk to you a little bit real quick about a few things. A lot of people have talked about endorsements. We haven't kind of flaunted our endorsement. I just want to say this. I am endorsed by Mayor Jeff Wagner. I'm endorsed by the International Longshoremen's Association, the Plumbers Union, the IBEW, the Pipefitters Local 211, the Carpenters Union, the Frost and Insulators Union, and many more. Former Councilman Phil Caton, former Councilman Leroy Stanley, and former U.S. Marshal Gary Blankenship. I'm Rex Lindberg. I'm running for mayor. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here today. My name is Thomas Schoenbein. This is my story. 8 years ago, I wanted to serve our city, and I wanted to serve it in an expanded way. I've always been a part of this community, from coaching Little League Baseball to being a Christian and serving as a deacon, serving my family, serving my grandkids. I wanted Pasadena to be better. That's why I stepped out, and that's why I served. When I stepped out, we started our campaign, and it was because of the people that saw something in me that they liked. They gave me an opportunity. God gave me an opportunity. And through those 8 years, I will tell you this: not a part-time councilman, full-time councilman. I've only missed 2 council meetings in 8 years. I think that's a pretty good record. We've had multiple disasters over the last 8 years. Where has Thomas Schoenbein been? He's been out in the community talking to people and helping people to get their lives back together. That's what community is, and that's what service is. I bring expertise from the chemical industry and also from the retail industry, where I had a $60 million budget. I had almost 200 employees. I know how to get things done. I know how to hold people accountable, and I know how to be transparent. And I know how to treat people without fear tactics and without retaliation. We need to move this city forward. You want to talk about endorsements? I've got former Mayor Johnny Isabel's endorsement. Pasadena Police Officers Union. Harris County Sheriff's Officers. Coalition of Police and Sheriffs. State Senator Mays Middleton. State Representative Briscoe Kane, State Representative Dennis Paul, Mayor of LaPorte, Rick Helton, the Harris County Republican Party, the Harris County State Party. Those are relationships. Those folks can control our state dollars. And having those relationships will get more of our tax dollars back into our community. Our local unions are fantastic. They give and give and give. Ask the Pasadena Rodeo Association. Ask the kids at PISD. They're givers. That's where our community is. My name's Thomas Schoenbein. I'm number 4 on the ballot. I'm last. So it's Thomas for Pasadena. Thank you.
It's actually really, really good. Thank you all for coming today. This election is not about my campaign. It's about transforming the city. I don't want any endorsements. The only endorsement I want is the endorsement of the people. Because after the endorsement they rattled on, most of those people don't even live in the city of Pasadena. So, one of the things that you look for a mayor is somebody that has courage and conviction. I have always done what I thought was right. Even when Mayor Isabel used to call me to his office and he said, you know, Ybarra, you're stubborn like a bull, but I got to give you credit. You stand for what you think is right. And over the 14 years that I've served on city council, I've always done what I thought was right for the people, you in this audience. I voted against unnecessary tax increases. I voted against your water rate increase, your garbage increase, and I even voted against the convention center because it wasn't very transparent. Now we're spending $96 million on the facility, 50 of that is in construction, another 46 is in interest, and there's already cost overruns. But I didn't vote on it because I wasn't for us taking us to the next level. I voted because the system was not transparent. This was something that was sneaked in. The next day, we found out about it on a Thursday, they asked us to vote on it on a Tuesday, and it wasn't right. For those of you who are undecided, and you ask why she voted for Ornaldo Ybarra, because at the end of the day, everybody up here loves Pasadena. But there's one difference between all of us. My resume, my experience, my track record speaks for itself. At the young age of 17, I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. I was a leader at 19 that I was even recognized as Marine of the Quarter at the age of 19 for the division. If any of you have ever served in the military, you know that that's not easy. For the last 19 and a half years, I've been a police officer with the Pasadena Police Department, and I'm a captain. I've worked community outreach, I've worked patrol, I've worked internal affairs, I've worked closely with Human Resource Department, our Parks Department, our Public Works. I mean, you name it, I've worked it. I have real life experience. This election is important, but at the end of the day, we want you to go out there and vote. Our men and women sacrifice for you to go out there and vote. So whoever you vote for, make sure that you closely look at our resume and our qualifications. I am proud to say that if you go to ybarraformayor.com, I am the only candidate that has a plan. Plain and simple. It's called the Pasadena Tomorrow Plan. Go there, look at it. It is the meat and potatoes of how we transform this city. My desire is that this city will be a smart city, a community of choice where people want to come live in Pasadena. And nobody up here will outwork me. I work full time, and I think I was a pretty damn good council member. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am going to ask the audience to remain seated, and I am going to ask the candidates if y'all will go ahead and gather your things and start heading out. So I want you to get into the lobby because I think there's some more questions for you. So if you'll do that. So I'm telling the audience the night's not over. Please allow the candidates to move out there first. But as they're going out there, tell them how you felt about tonight's event. Oh, put your hands together. representatives. I congratulate them for being willing to step up to serve in basically the highest office in the city of Pasadena. So we appreciate them doing that. But let me go ahead and get off the stage because you're tired of hearing from me. So I am going to ask Heather Lambert, who is founder of Clear Hope Counseling and Wellness. She's also the vice chair of the Pasadena Chamber of Government Relations Committee. She's going to close us out.
Thank you so much. I do want to extend our deepest appreciation to all of the candidates who were here tonight. Especially, I want to say thank you. Let me find my page here. I'm not sure if I have it. We were all. Okay. I want to extend my deepest gratitude to our candidates, Ornaldo Ybarra, David Gonzalez, Rex Lindberg, and Thomas Schoenbein, for taking their time to share their insight, experience, and vision for Pasadena. Your willingness to engage in these important conversations demonstrates your commitment to our community, and we thank you for stepping up to lead. I'd also like to recognize and share my sincere thanks to our moderator, Dennis Winkler, of Winkler Public Relations. His good guidance in keeping tonight's discussion productive and focused. His expertise in leading thoughtful dialogue is truly appreciated. And as a chamber, we hope this is just a starting point for robust conversation as we consider the needs of our great city. A special thank you does go out to the Pasadena Chamber of Commerce and the Government Relations Committee for organizing this forum, as well as to you, the engaged citizens who took the time to be here this evening. Over 300 people here in the audience and over 350 online listeners. Y muchas gracias a ustedes que están escuchando en español. Nuestras son parte importante de esta comunidad. Your participation reflects the strength of our democracy and the importance of informed decision-making. The vision of the Pasadena Chamber of Commerce in hosting this event is clear: to advocate for an informed electorate and to encourage civic engagement. From a business and community standpoint, strong leadership impacts every aspect of our daily lives, from economic growth to public safety, education, and infrastructure. So what are the next steps? Well, first and foremost, we invite and encourage each of you to make sure that you vote. If you need help registering, we'll help you with that tonight. Your voice is your vote, and it plays a crucial role in shaping the future of Pasadena. To further support our efforts to help you make an informed decision, we invite you to explore the Pasadena Chamber's hot off the presses voter guide and the Meet the Candidates webpage, where you'll find more details on all of our candidates for upcoming elections, the mayoral election, and all of our community elections. The QR code displayed on the screen will take you directly there. As the Chamber of Commerce, we take great pride in being a convener of meaningful conversations, a champion for local businesses, and a bridge between economic and civic progress, because at the end of the day, business and society are intertwined at every moment, and strong leadership benefits us all. So thank you again for being here, for your engagement, and for your commitment to Pasadena's future. Thanks again to our platinum sponsor, Community Health Network, and all other gold and silver sponsors again for making tonight happen. Have a great evening, and we'll see you at the polls.